Well, hello, welcome back. I have not been on in a while, it seems. So, I am on a odd to me bike. This is the wife's little R3, and we put new brake pads on it. So I thought I would try to take a chance to bed the brakes in. But this is the first time I've ever taken this bike out, so she is very foreign to me. Oh, wow. Just a weird kind of feel. On top of all that, also changing out my helmet camera, or my helmet that I use for my camera, because my other one's quite a few years old. So everything's just kind of off right now for me. Between videoing, we'll see what the sound sounds like on this. Oops. And trying to find a safe place to actually do this video. Because when I read about doing all this braking, it says get the bike up to about 30 and then hold a constant pressure and do it about 6 times. My problem is finding a straightaway that doesn't have a bunch of people on it to do all that, so it's a work in progress. But yeah, it was just surprising how much this switching out a simple brake pad has been such a pain. As I get lost in this neighborhood, the freaking bolts, which are only torqued to 25 pounds, are on so hard I end up having to strip it just to get it out. So I ordered replacement bolts, and they get lost in the mail. So after 2 weeks of being lost, I finally called the company up and go, hey, seems like my shipment was lost. So they ordered me another set. So they finally came in. So after a month of just doing a simple brake pad swap, bike is finally partially operational. So yeah. It's amazing that this bike really hasn't done a whole lot to it. But we had to switch out the battery in it because it was, 4 years old, probably 5 years now. It's at 21. But yeah, come on everybody. But one of the other things we did was switch out the throttle tube on it to a R6 one. And the R6 one is like a little bit, so it gives you a little bit more power to it. Or it has less twist to get it to full throttle kind of thing. So... But yeah, we haven't had a chance to really test that out yet because we were waiting on the brake pads to show up. But I was thinking to myself though, like when you buy a bike and they say, yeah, it'd be easy, they talk about the tires, breaking them in. But they don't say anything about, breaking in the brake pads like that. So I find that interesting that when you put on new brake pads, they go, oh yeah, bed the brakes. And to bed them, do this, so many times at this speed stuff, and then slowly get the bike going. I'm like, I have never bedded brakes on a new bike. Have you? Like, I don't remember any dealership ever saying, oh yeah, make sure you... They always say, hey, be careful of the tires and things like that. But I've never had one tell me to be cautious on the brake pads. So I'm just curious if like everyone else actually does that. Do you actually, on a brand new bike out of the dealership, sit there and, bed the brakes in like this? I've never thought about it. Everything's out of alignment for me. I'm trying to find a straightaway. I'm trying to do this in the middle of the morning, so no one to be around, but apparently everyone wants to move around in this neighborhood. Jeez. Alright, I know I'm griping. I should be happy that it's frickin' February. I'm actually able to get on a motorcycle. Alright, let's do this. And of course there's another car. I'm so not used to this engine. Holy smokes. Alright. That's the other thing. It's like where can you safely even do all these like steps that they say, like, oh yeah, get up to 30 and then slowly brake and then do it at 45 and brake a little bit better. Like, does everyone have a straightaway somewhere near their dealership to do all that with? Because I sure as hell don't. Trying to do one finger braking right now. But yeah, it wasn't that the brake pads were, bad. It was just that if we want to try to track this bike out, she wanted to have more braking power on it. So we bought a new set of brake pads, and I did do a brake flush. So hopefully between the two, it turns into a setting she likes. But we'll see how it goes. I don't even know how many times I've done this now. Alright, let's get up a little bit more. Alright. I mean, it's definitely still softer, but I mean, it's just a single brake caliper, so find a road that doesn't have a whole bunch of frickin' people on it. Jeez. Let's see what we got. That's not a road. I think there's a road over here. Let's try this one. Alright, no one behind me. I will say this though, this bike has a lot of vibration in the handlebars that I'm not used to. Uh-oh, fingers. Alright, car, let's go. Okay. Do I finally have a straightaway? Didn't see that speed bump there. That was a bad shade spot for me. Alright, let's try this direction, I guess. See if I can quit following somebody. Bike is way too forward for me. All right. No, under hard braking, it feels a little washy. What is it within her parameters? I don't know. I mean, ABS never kicked on, so I'm not pushing as hard as the bike can do. Oh. Man, my fingers are numb. Holy hell. Alright. Well, sorry, this isn't much of a scenic view or anything like that, but man, just trying to get this hopefully to a section that she will enjoy this bike. I still think they're probably not as powerful of a braking that she wants, but you know, be up to her to learn and use. But give me a chance to use my old helmet. So basically I bought a new helmet for my day-to-day riding, and then I took my old helmet, which is a Neotech 2, and I just put the GoPro to it, and then basically retiring my old Shoei SR. So we will see what the sound turned out like on this, because this is the first time me using this helmet, so I don't know how good the audio quality is going to be with the sound of it versus the SR. And I'll have to double check my camera alignment on this afterwards as well. Of course, it might be a little different since I'm on a sport bike right now, and the sitting position is a little different than my Tiger or my Valkyrie. But so far she's enjoying track, so we're just trying to see if we want to use this bike for track and keep the R7 for her day-to-day enjoyment bike, or do we trade out this bike and let her use the R7 for track? Lots of questions that she's got to make decisions on, and how much changes that she still wants to do or not, if any. But with that, I feel like I've been dealing with this for a while and meandering, so thanks for coming along. So sorry this will be a very boring video today, but until next time, you guys be safe and have fun. Take care.